Idle game is what player can enjoy and do while the player keep doing on a different activities at the same time. Most of adult player who's getting busier on their real life will pick the best idle RPG game for them to play. But on this video, you will find idle game that's good to play on every phone spec. Top 12 Best Idle RPG Games Mobile for low spec phone to mid spec phone. Idle game Android iOS. This video is sponsored by Viking 2, such an amazing RPG game that can play just in one finger. You can play this game in offline mode whenever you want without thinking any connection. But if you want to speed up your progress without spending any money, you can watch the ads to obtain the rewards 3 times bigger. The game allows the player to shoot the enemies by moving the cursor. You will face a huge boss at the end. Get a new heroes by reaching a certain level. You can get this game on Play Store for free now. You can support this channel and send us a special thanks. Legendary Master Idol. Legendary Master Idol. Mobirix is my favorite games developer who are always consistent making an idle game. Legendary Master Idol is a new idle game on mobile. The game has a classical Chinese female characters. We will easily let the game play in AFK in landscape mode. We can upgrade the attribute, learner skill, and enhance the equipment. This game has so many different arenas every 10 stages. The gacha rate system is really good actually. I can easily find as great. When we change the weapon, the character's appearance will change depending on what weapon we are using. The best new idle game Android iOS. Hunter Raid Idle RPG. Hunter Raid Idle RPG. This is pixel art RPG game idle that comes with a nice art style. The game has a growth system on the character like an ability, level, rune, engraving, and awakening. These all aspects are really important to boost your character power, strength, and durability. If you are a free player, then you can watch the ads to obtain some selection of buffs, which are attack buff, gold gain buff, skill stun buff, and equipment stun buff. At the moment, the game has already launched their first testing, so we need to wait for the best idle RPG release on global. The Sea Root Fate Assembly. The Sea Root Fate Assembly. Please note, this idle one-piece game RPG has changed the names many times, which you must be aware of when you want to top up on this game. This game is not made by the official developer, but you will enjoy the graphic, the music, and the character design. The skill is absolutely what one-piece game we know. Speed up the game 4 times faster and just click the auto skill button. We can upgrade our ship to increase the overall character's attribute status. Remember to do an auto equipment to strengthen your combat power team. Take your anger on PvP and raise the top of the rank to obtain massive rewards. The best idle game AFK game on Android iOS. Six-Path Legend. Six-Path Legend. Same as the One Piece game as I mentioned before, this Naruto game is not by official one. The game is on early access for a long time, but the number of the server launch is way too much. So please think twice about buying any items on this Naruto idle game. In fact, the graphics of this best idle game are really good for mobile games. All of the jutsu and skill absolutely look like what the movie is. The player will get everything easily by the auto button and speed up the combat gameplay. We are only able to strengthen the character attributes in the lobby. Anyway, this game has a very good gacha rate anyway. The best idle games Android iOS. Unknown Knight. Unknown Knight. No matter what phone you have, even that low spec phone or mid spec phone will easily run this best idle game smoothly. I honestly rate this game 10 to 10 because the developers are really active in updating the event. We can easily get free diamonds. We also can get the legendary character pieces by clicking the auto win button on the area that we already get 3 stars. The graphics are number one of the pixel art game idle RPG. We can compete in PvP championship and get the bigger rewards. The best idle game pixel art game Android iOS. Champions Arena. Champions Arena. Wow, this game just released their first early access and I love it. This idle game has Western style character design and we only play the auto when we reach a certain point. But honestly, this game is good for players who love to play semi-auto, because when we play manually, we can make the best combination card to make it better damage, rather than play it auto. If you want to play it manually, you must think twice or even more to know your next combination on the next turn. So the auto button is good for replaying the stage we have done perfectly. The best idle game RPG with Western game on Android iOS. Damian Saga. Damian Saga. Can you imagine? You just need to download 1 GB game to get the best graphic of idle games on mobile. The quality of this idle RPG is number one. Sometimes it's look like Eversoul RPG idle, but in the light version. When I just finished the journey, I got a free SSR character. Seriously, for a free SSR character with powerful damage. Every character has their own AoE skill to give a damage into a certain area. We also can aim for the skill based on which target you are looking for. Just click on the auto button to let the game do an automatic action. Between the stage, you will often get some little conversation about the game's storyline. The best RPG idle high graphic games on Android iOS. Mythic Girl. Mythic Girl. Can you imagine this best idle game mobile give the new player 3 free SSR characters, such as a kind of the game's developer to keep the players always playing it for a longer time. The game has such a higher score on Play Store, it's about 4.7 stars. I really love the character design and animation skill is not too shiny, but it's really on point. Honestly, this game is good for a newbie player because we will get full information about the tutorial, which is for an expert idle RPG player, we prefer to play the game directly with less tutorial. Overall, I really enjoy the gameplay and also we can do PvP in the arena between another team and the game will play automatically. We can't do anything in the arena. Seriously, the best RPG game idle Android iOS. Monkey King Arena of Heroes. Monkey King Arena of Heroes. As the game name, you will be familiar with all of the character is made from Journey to the West Sun Gokong from Chinese story. The game has quite a high size. It's because every skill we have it will appear the cutscenes with an interesting visual art style. The game is really easy to play. We don't have any button when we are in the combat. We just need to skip the story and let the game moving by itself. Seriously, we can easily play this game in idle mode. At the beginning, there is some class selections with 4 different jobs can be choose. We can have 3 players of each team to be ready in combat. Idle Moon Rabbit. Idle Moon Rabbit. This game is truly AFK game and absolutely what is idle game is. We need to build up our character like increasing the attack, speed, skill. When you think you are strong enough, get your chance into boss raid. Try to break the skill gauge by using the skill with stun effect or freeze effect. The game has a very high good reviews. It's because it's good for a free player idle gamer. We can obtain many free diamonds through the quest achievement. Change your character costume with nicer appearance and getting a stronger character power. The best idle RPG game on Android iOS. Idle Heroes. Idle Heroes. This is the best idle game Android iOS now. The game really compatible for low-end devices, but it has a very good graphic and free-to-play idle RPG game. That's all the reason why this idle game has been downloaded by 10 million players. The game visual is not an anime style, but more Western art style. We can place the character position before starting the combat. It's really important to winning the game. If you just play it, you will get one free 5 stars character. This idle heroes RPG game is playable on Android, iOS and also on PC. If you are looking for the best idle game, then I highly recommend you to play it. The game has been exist for more than 2 years and keep making the loyal players alive on this idle game mobile. Chronicles. Chronicles. This idle RPG games made by one of the most popular developers, which is Netmarble. We know some games like Seven Knight idle RPG, but on this game, it has portrait idle game with a high graphics. Remember to make a space around 1 GB because you need to download extra data while in game. The gameplay has fully voiceover and allows the player to play autoplay. The story is so common. It's about a young boy who wants to save the world and will become a hero. The best RPG anime game idle genre on mobile that playable with one hand.